Good morning, amazing, amazing, amazing human beings. Here we are. My name is Nikki. My pronouns are she, her, we. We are out here in San Diego at Youth Empowerment. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is going to be Take It Up a Tad Tuesday. Always coming with something you're already knowing. Good morning, Arthur.
Good morning, Nikki. My name's Arturo Soriano. Victorious Voices, baby.
That's what's up. So you guys know I already always love to start out with a quote, try and get our feet going, try and get our mentality right, deposit something good into our spirits today. We have an amazing conversation for you guys today. We're so looking forward to just highlighting the different thoughts and the different conversations that we've had throughout the week. Even though it's Tuesday, let me tell you, our conversations have been plentiful within the last 2 days, right or wrong?
Yes. Plentiful.
Plentiful. So today, the quote is the very first quote that I have for you guys. So the challenge of leadership is to be strong, but not rude. Be kind, but not weak.
Wow.
Be bold, but not a bully. Be humble, but not timid. Be proud, but not arrogant. Have humor, but without folly. I thought that just was like, dang, that was deep, right?
It's deep. And, like I always set my talking points and agenda, and it fits right into what this conversation is going to be about today.
I'm excited about it.
Yes, I'm definitely excited about it.
Who knows where it'll go? I'm telling you guys right now, we're going to come with the disclaimer off the top because we have a tendency of just spiraling. But we know that whatever it is that we have to say is going to be something. It's going to be insightful. It's going to be a purpose, and it's going to be fulfilling. So we look forward to having this conversation with you guys, getting involved with you guys. Thank you guys so much for showing up today. So we want to definitely highlight and recognize one of our amazing ambassadors, and she has a strong ask. And so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to pass it over to Arthur, and I'm going to let him handle this.
Yes, most definitely. National Parents Union, Carrie Rodriguez, the president of NPU, a dynamic, strong women activist, connected with all kinds of different organizations throughout the states and connecting them on a parent advocacy and coming together to advocate. She's identifying individuals with lived experience that are parents that have the experience, and we're going to schedule some dates and times so we could fly to Washington, D.C. and get our little activist hat on and represent in a major way. She's one of our ambassadors for the Transforming Trauma campaign. Just a true leader. Her voice is strong. The organization is strong. And I just want to give a shout out to them, the board members there. I'm also a board member for National Parents Union. And the reason I became a board member there was because their main priority is the voice of the parent within schools, systems, and community.
Yeah, it's powerful. And I think, as we get ready to have this conversation today, I think of, the different places that we've been, right? The different places where our feet have literally touched down as people that are formally incarcerated, and to be presented with an opportunity to go to Washington, D.C., right? And have your voice be the voice as a representation of so many people that are marginalized, that are oppressed, that have the opportunity to potentially affect policy, affect where funds may go to better serve the community in a way that's so impactful and so powerful. And I think the one thing that we have a tendency of getting so caught up in is like, well, my voice doesn't matter, or it's just one person, it doesn't make a difference. But really, in all actuality, it's about our life experiences that help build us. And it's one person that can see, like, never did I think I would get out the hood and go stand and walk in the streets of Washington, D.C. to make a difference, right? And just one person, one homie in the hood just needs to see that. One cousin that is looking up to you just needs to see that. And how empowering that is, how life-altering that is for people. So, with that being said, I just encourage everybody, when you're facing challenges and you're feeling intimidated, or you're feeling like, maybe that's not for you, take an opportunity and a chance to allow yourself to step outside of a box that you allow yourself to be in, because comfort and complacency is just, it's dull, right? And it inhibits our lives, and it prevents us from being the best version of ourselves that we could possibly be. So I love that. And I want to say thank you to Carrie Rodriguez, because for the simple fact of providing us an opportunity to deliver that information to our people and provide that opportunity, to take some of our folks to Sacramento, or not to Sacramento, to Washington, D.C. with that opportunity.
And some food for thought. Be confident, not cocky, confident. There's a difference. Like when the confidence, you come into the room and just command the room, like, because things that we need to be done, and we need to speak that same voice to transform systems.
Absolutely. So that goes into our next question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you sure?
No.
How are you feeling today?
I feel amazing. And I feel amazing just for the simple fact that this is not a Niki art show behind the scenes. I see Alexis right in front of me, right? Rachel putting in the work behind the scenes, our interns. And the reason I feel amazing is because I believe right now you're hearing a clear voice. You're hearing or seeing a clear video, right? And so there's been a lot of challenges to this process. And so that makes me feel amazing. Like we're on the right path and we're accomplishing what we set to accomplish.
Absolutely.
How are you feeling, Niki Martinez?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have definitely had I don't even know. I want to say like a tornado of different feelings. But as of right now, in the moment, how I'm feeling super grateful. I feel like, just like you, I feel like we're accomplishing things. We're becoming successful at what it is. We're getting more familiar with this platform. If you guys look back on everything it is that we've done from the very beginning, we started out doing just Facebook Lives, and it was Arthur and it was Stevie Hid, and they were doing just little quick interviews, with folks. And then, I came on board, and me and Art started, elevating and working to elevate the voices of the people that are formerly incarcerated, system impacted, leaders that are in our community right now that are making a difference. And then Boss had a bigger vision, right? So we want to create a podcast. We want to go to Spotify. We want to do more than Facebook Live, because what we know we have is something that should be deposited into the masses, right? And that's alleviating that ceiling. Like I say, people always say the sky is the limit, but really, in all actuality, our lives are limitless if we choose to see and have that perception on it, So I think of where we were with our Facebook Lives initially. And then when we started using all of this different equipment with this technology and these challenges, and I sit here now and I think, dang, we resilient. We super resilient. It's like we push through all of the challenges. We push through feeling inadequate. We push through feeling inferior. We push through feeling conquered by technology. And we overcame it, and here we are. We're sounding crystal clear. We're getting the camera going with the help and the support of amazing people like Alexis, like Rachel, that have just stood by our side and helped us be where we are. So I sit here just in complete gratitude right now. In the moment, of course, I have a million other emotions going on inside, but in the moment, it's really pure gratitude and excitement for the conversation we're going to have today. Thank you.
So we wanted to acknowledge our Hispanic Heritage Month event that just passed. Antonio Fernandez, King Tone, a great mentor of ours, a collaborator in the Credible Messenger movement throughout the states, locally, nationally, internationally, and all the individuals that were there present, Diana, Angelica, Robert Ontovero, and Salvador Robles, right, of being able to be present. And if they weren't there physically, they definitely were there in spirit. So this is something that we're going to do next year. So stay tuned and let's participate and uplift our Latinos, Hispanics, our culture.
Yes, absolutely. And it was an amazing event. There was a lot of people that were out there grinding. We had a couple of people that weren't able to make it, but you know what? When you have a small business and you're grinding, your hustle is 24 hours a day, and sometimes there is no stopping because, money needs to be made. Families need to be fed. You have to do what you have to do. Like you say, you were volunteering and putting your heart, sweat, and tears into youth empowerment with no money, with no funding for the first, 2 years?
First 3 years.
First 3 years, just grinding and grinding and grinding, and I think when I first got out, like, that was the same thing. My mom was just like, are they paying you? Are you doing? No, I'm just showing up. I'm just showing up. I'm just showing up. And ultimately that creates the doors and the pathways, and that goes into leadership. We had an amazing leader that was in here yesterday. Shout out to John, all the way visiting from Minnesota. He a powerful leader in what it is that he's doing, making amazing, transforming systems where he's at, where he's living. Just the thing is the grind. It might be endless, working that 9 to 5, and then doing a little bit extra. But you know what? Service is priceless, and when you show up and you serve, it becomes so much more rewarding than the actual paycheck if you're doing it from a genuine heart and spirit.
And that's right on topic into leading our conversation here today. I've been in a position where, like, before youth empowerment, right? In my past lifestyle, there was power. There was power to gain. There was power to manipulate. There was power to step on individuals to get on the top. There was power of strategic planning, putting in a plan together, bringing in drugs, doing what we had to do to survive, to make money, to hustle, to be in the whole fish lines, right? Communication, highly intelligent individuals in prison, in the men's prisons, in the women prisons. Like, just being in Pelican Bay Shoe, I remember just being with individuals that had many gifts. You had historians, you had math teachers, you had
Lawyers, legit lawyers.
You had the Wall Street Journal magazine in the pod sharing numbers and graphs, and for the individuals that didn't understand math, right?
Yep.
The mathematicians were step in analytically, mathematically, and put it together for you. So there was a lot of learning, right? And how to conduct yourself professionally. In our pod, we would not use one cuss word.
I know. Right? I love that. He told me that yesterday, and I was like, love that.
Yeah, and so that's effective communication in the professional world, right? Like,
yes.
You have your smile, you conduct yourself, you present yourself in a way, right? So there's many hidden treasures and many talents inside prison. And so now it needs to be used in a way where it's transferable into the community, and you're doing things legit, where you're not breaking the law, and you're probably going to make a lot more money doing it like this than in the past, because that past lifestyle will get you back in that same situation. I'm an individual that lost everything. I had high support from my mother, a savvy business lady. She put me in position to have my own business. I used to house individuals. I was making great money, a lot more money than I make right now. And I lost everything. I know what that felt like, right? And that was my turning point of, you know what? All these skills that I have in my past life, how am I going to use this for something good? How am I going to use this for something productive? So when I first got out, I'm going on 8 years in April. I had a spirit of service leadership. You know what? Mom, don't help me no more. Don't put me there. I need to do this on my own. Let me figure this out. I'm gonna get into something. But yes, I need your love. I need your support. I need your guidance. I need your mentorship. I need you to be there for me. But let me figure this out. And that service leadership of just being in the community, serving our youth, individuals, and families, everything else became history. Just building a relationship first and foremost with the people, being there representing the people with a spirit of servitude, of service, of connection, of building relationships. Everything else fell into place, right? And then now using the gifts that we have, these hidden talents in prison, and now using them for something productive. What we do is a sense of purpose, right? Most definitely we got to have business savvy skills, because ain't nobody going to come into youth empowerment and use and abuse us, because that's what happens with big nonprofit organizations. I personally have experienced nonprofits stepping into our space, using our narrative, using our language to get what they need and get funds delivered into their nonprofit. So I know what that feels like. And I learned from experience, right? I'm not going to let that happen again. Yeah. I'm not going to, now we can get everything on paper and we'll use understandings and having that gift to build and serve and be there present. That's the type of legacy I want to leave for myself. I don't want to leave a legacy. I made all kinds of money and, I left it to my kids. I want to leave something that feels great for my legacy, for my kids, for my family, so they could say, "Man, my dad, you know what? He served people," right? And that's what I want my family to represent. So there's definitely hidden treasures, hidden talents in that CDCR prison, and we're here to support that, to connect that, to elevate you guys to be in a position of executive, opening up a business, whatever that heart desires. We want to push and help achieve your goals.
Well, and the one thing, so I read something somewhere one time. It's been a minute, right, that I've read it, but I want to share it with you guys because it was so impactful and it was so powerful when we're talking about transferable skills, when we're talking about leadership and we're talking about, duty to the community, right? Because especially formerly incarcerated, we do have a duty, a sense of duty and a sense of responsibility to our community, to our families, right? Because we don't want them to experience the same things that we experience. And yes, there is a lot of trauma. Yes, there is a lot of addiction. There is a lot of mental health. There is a lot of components that are coming into place ultimately that are not funded the way that they need to be to support us the way maybe that we deserve. I feel, me personally, right? That's my own personal opinion. It's not a direct reflection on youth empowerment. Like I said, I'm going to come with disclaimers today, but as I talk about that, I want to share something. And I think this is the biggest thing. Life challenges, when they come, it's character building moments, and it's up to us as individuals to capitalize on those character building moments. It's up to us. That's our duty, our responsibility for ourselves in the midst of our self-loathing, right? In the midst of our despair, when we've hit rock bottom and we're at our worst, those are still the times where we have the ability to cultivate and capitalize on our character building, right? And I don't know about you guys, but we have all experienced an extreme low that we got ourselves out of, whether that was with support, whether that was with spirituality, whether that was with our own mindset. We had the ability and something mustered up inside of us that had us standing back up. I heard something the other day and the guy had said, you know what, if you fall down and you fall on your back, at least you're looking up so you can get back up. And I was like, dang, that's what's up, right? When we fall on our face, though, there's always somebody that's standing around that's willing to pick us up and pull us back up so that we can spin back around and look up to the sky and put feet up underneath us so that we can stand on our own 2 feet. So with that, I think about all of the different challenges, all of the different traumas that we've experienced, all of the different life experiences. And me and Arthur come from a formerly incarcerated lens, right? We worked on ourselves. We healed ourselves. Now we're working to do everything in our power to work and heal our community, and not just our community, but the people that interact with our community. So they're not ostracized, so they don't feel less than, so that they can feel a part of something, and we can create that web of healing together. So our folks that are formerly incarcerated and our people that are on the brink of leadership, our people that are on the brink of in this ambivalent stage. Can I do right? Should I do right? I got 1 foot in, I got 1 foot out. I could do the best, but I don't feel like I'm worthy. And a lot of times that's what it boils down to, is that we don't feel like we're worthy. And little do we know, we are worth so much. We are priceless gems and royalty in this world, and we are a gift to this world. The world is lucky to have us. Lucky to have us. It's us diminishing our own spirit and our own gifts, right? So I had read I went on a rant, I apologize, but I went on a rant to say this. It was said somewhere, I don't even remember where I seen it. If you can write a rap, you can write a book, right? Books become bestsellers. Books put money in your pocket. So do raps, right? But never discredit your ability to go just a little bit further. If you can flip some dope, you can flip a legal product. So much legal products out there to be flipped. so much money to be had, so many different ways to elevate yourself, right? You can get off the corner. If you can run a gang, you can run a company, right? It's true. You are coordinating. You have the best skills. You got critical thinking skills, your creativity, you're innovative. Everybody in prison is innovative. Trust that. Everybody that has lived that life, baby, we was fishing when they had all of our cell blocked off. Like, we are completely innovative human beings, because when you have nothing and your hunger and your drive is to have so much more, you're going to make it happen no matter what, if that's what you want, right? If that's what you want, nothing is going to stop you from getting what you want. Nothing. If you can film a fight or create a TikTok, you can make a movie. Yes. Me and Arthur will gladly be the lead stars in that movie. We'll make it look good, I promise, But, just thinking about that, it's like, we have so many problem-solving skills, the attention to detail, communication, connections. We work them long hours. We work them long hours in the streets. We work them long hours endless. We was working 24/7 to push that gang, to push that dope, to get the dope inside, to get them fights happening, to do whatever it is that we were doing in the negative. Those are the transferable skills that we're talking about in the positive, right? And I know some of us are on ambivalent stages. Some of us are not sure which direction we should go. But the thing that we want you to know at Youth Empowerment here with Victorious Voices is that there's a home here. There's a place for you to come and sound it out. You need something deposited into you to remind you what a great human being you are, what a powerful leader you are. There is so much potential out there and so much capability that our folks have, and there's so much love. I mean, the love for our community, the love with our people, even with Pastor and Rudy here yesterday, it was just like, man, it's so much love. It's so just enduring. It's so fulfilling. It's so rewarding, And I think about it, and to all of our people, it's like there's two people. You either lead or you follow, right? I used to tell the kids that when they would come inside, when I was in CCWF, we started getting the kids coming in from the schools and stuff, right? And it was, are you a leader? And then none of them would stand up. They didn't know, because they just didn't want to be identified as a leader, because they thought we were going to ask them to do something. And I was like, so are you a follower? And then none of them wanted to say. They were all like, not me, not me, with their little 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old attitudes, like, I'm not no follower. Well, you're one or the other, right? You're either following somebody or you're leading somebody. You're either following behind somebody or you're leading yourself, right? So with those qualities and with those characteristics, the things that we could be able to transform, and that's what it's about here at Youth Empowerment, building those leaders. We have identified phenomenal youth leaders that we are getting ready to train for our Transforming Trauma campaign. And we are so excited to be able to deposit something like this into them. It's going to be amazing, amazing, amazing. So for Claudia, I know you're watching. Yeah, like, for all of the stuff, all of the love that you put, I could get emotional. For all of the love and all of the dedication and just your faithfulness and being right here with us from the very start of it all, creating the Transforming Trauma campaign, creating that vision for the community on how you deserve to be treated. Like, love that. And there's going to be so many youth leaders that are going to get on board and going to be able to support this movement. And we're super excited about that.
Build something that is worth dying for, right? Like, if I go today, like, okay, I'm good. We build something that it's worth dying for. Want to give some examples. Niki gave the example of the 10 youth leaders that Claudia Ruiz is going to be a part of. She's a founding lady of Youth Empowerment. She's one of the founders. Really, really excited to have her on board. But just putting things into perspective and narrative, Niki Martinez became a drug counselor, right? She got paid 99 cents an hour, right? We're talking about that leasing that was taking place, but she had to come in and do a job for her future, for her release, right? But she put in that effort, created 2 juvenile justice programs while in prison. While we were out here in the community building relationships, she was in the inside running programs and getting ready for her release date. All them skills, all them groups, all them certifications. There's like 3 albums. They're like thick, like this. Boom, 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 right? You could any certification you could think of, she's been a part of. So she came well trained, right? Well versed, great speaker, great facilitator, and hopped on right away with youth empowerment. And so that's a gift. That's a skill that she built in there that she already had when she was young, right? Through all that emotion and angry and just, one of the things that stood out to me was she mentioned that how do you use anger, right? And she was like, I use anger to motivate me and push me to get the job done.
Yep.
In the past, she used anger for violence,
Yeah.
right? And that's part, and I'm just talking on this behalf because, I've got to know Niki and we share things, we share a lot of things together.
Oh, like bestie type things.
She's my road dog from Wilson Middle School, my tiger, right? Like, hey, we were in the same grade together.
Yeah.
In middle school, where ultimately it's just going wrong right now.
Yeah.
In San Diego County with the middle schools that I don't want to get off topic, but that's a hidden gift. That's a gift that, like, right when I seen her, I was like, oh, no, this lady's going to come on board. She's going to come work with us, and we're going to build together to bring services to our youth, individuals, and families. There's plenty more stories out there. We just had our mentor of the year, John, out of Minnesota, right? Came in here and, we got some more perspective, deep perspective on his narrative.
Yeah.
And same situation like me, did 13 years over here. He ended up Minnesota, Tennessee, North Dakota, somewhere over there, right?
Don't start taking up this man's story. Don't recreate the story, boss. Just talk about how amazing he is.
Hey, but he's a fireman.
Yes.
In Minnesota, and he has a full-time job.
Yes.
And he's doing program work over there and doing restorative justice with the kids.
Yep.
And putting preventive measures so they don't go back into the system.
With a record just as thick as ours.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah. So there's plenty more.
Yes.
There's plenty more of narratives, and we just that excitement, that passion needs to be ignited into what that gift is and build towards that.
So last night I was doing group with the youth, right? With our resilience group. And it was an amazing just connection, bond, spirit-filled presence. The space was just rewarding for me, and it made me and I've been going through my own challenges, with life, with emotions, with my mental state and how I'm thinking and my perception, and not trying to be irrational and trying to just be realistic, with things that are happening in my world right now, and staying to continue to function from a place of gratitude, right? Because we're in this free world. And I think that last night having the conversation with the youth really rejuvenated my spirit in a way that I felt was purposeful. And one of the youth had asked, one of them had got out I think about a year and a half prior to what it is that he was supposed to get out, right? So that's celebratory type stuff. I think about my experience, and I had shared it with them. And, I was sentenced to 45 years to life, and I'm home after serving 25 years. I had 20 more years to do, And the question was, why did you guys want to become mentors? And the question was to me and to Robert Almada, right? And I sat there and it kind of hit me. And, I go back to always saying the same thing, I don't believe that I got out of prison 20 years sooner and prior to when it is that I was supposed to, so that I could work on a shipyard, so that I could be, trapped in a warehouse, so that I could be, busboying somewhere or doing some type of physical labor. I got out so that I could do this. I believe that this is my purpose. I believe that my heart is in this to deposit something good in people, because I know what it feels like, and it was crazy because when we started talking about it, I could see his little mind wandering. And after we got done, he was like, And he is an amazing young man. Like this young man, if I could highlight, and I can't because of HIPAA, but if I could highlight some of the great things that he has done in his life while he was incarcerated and since he's been home, and he's only been home a couple of months.
DJJ?
Yes.
Okay, so he's a prospect for
for sure. For sure. Amazing prospect. Swelled my soul, last night. And he was just like, it makes me think like I got out early too, and am I living my purpose? Am I living what I'm supposed to be doing? And sometimes it just takes the conversation with people to allow them to just think a little bit more of what it is that they're capable of and their capacity, and I feel like self-reflection is it's so important and it's imperative in what it is that we do, because I feel like we are building these leaders.
And this is the blueprint that worked for me. It worked for Niki. Like all these youth and all these individuals and all these hidden gems and hidden talents out there in the community. If we're able to identify our traumas and our triggers, yep, and identify that, what system induced means to me, how did that system come in and traumatize me? The chronic trauma that just keeps on going and going, and the complex, and you being traumatized because your family member is going through something, and you're in that triangle where you have your rescuer, your persecutor, and you're trying to get out, right? And you're trying to find yourself. Once you get out that Bermuda Triangle, right, and the healing and the resilience comes in, whatever your gift is, you can get it done and you can accomplish it. And we're here to support that.
Absolutely. And when I talk about we're here to build leaders, the boss always says, we're just trying to help you get to the best part of you so we can hurry up and we can get out the way. Right. But I think with the building the leader component of it, and what I mean by that is a lot of times we are so convinced in our past to believe the lies that are instilled in us, right, through all of that trauma. Unfortunately, it's not true. It's not true. And we've been convinced to believe this lie for so very long. And I think, there's so much power in empowering others. And that's what I'm talking about. We're here to, regardless of the flaws, regardless of the failures, regardless of the unsuccesses, regardless of the pitfalls, regardless of the backslides, regardless of the ODs that we've experienced, regardless of the shortcomings, and regardless of the, the slips and the relapses and all of that, we're here to remind you all that you are amazing, valuable, powerful leaders in this community and have the ability to be so much more. And if we can deposit that in every interaction, that's exactly what we're going to do, to remind you that you are that powerful leader, that you are that community member that can make a difference, and not just your life, but in the lives of others. And if you're not ready for you, that's fine. But people are watching you. People are looking up to you. People are valuing what you have to say. Right. And so why not let it be something that would be powerful and impactful? Because like I said, starting out at the very beginning, we do not want our people to suffer. We don't want them to go through the same shoes that we went through, the same experiences that we went through. We don't want them ending up in them shoe terms. We don't want them ending up with them juvenile life sentences. We don't want them walking around slapping people for no reason because they're so angry inside that they hate themselves. We don't want that. We don't want our loved ones to experience that, And so we have as just our roles in this responsibility in this community, our roles and responsibilities in this community to do just that, So when you're ready, we are here. We love you guys so, so very much. And I think the depth of our struggle will determine the height of our success, and a lot of times we fall, and it's okay to fall. It's okay to fall. They always use those numbers. I don't know the numbers, but they say Michael Jordan or whoever it is that you look up to, Kobe Bryant, he had to shoot 9,000, I don't know, free throws and missed, 9,000 of them, but he got them, 500. And so, yay him, so just thinking, I don't know the numbers, but you know what I'm saying? You know what the objective is. They say same thing with the guy that did the light bulbs, Edison, whatever. He had to do it, 3,000 times before that.
I just seen a video on Kobe Bryant, and he was obsessive in his line of work. Yeah. And his obsessiveness culture is the people that or organizations he used to identify.
Yeah.
And, that's what we got going on over here. Like, we're obsessed off the hook, obsessively off the hook, which is kind of crazy, but you need crazy people doing the work so you get done, right?
Just a smidge. Linda, I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Yes, we have to get obsessive. We have to get obsessive. But that's the thing. That's part of our make it happen mentality, right? Because when we're in that lifestyle, when we're doing things in the streets, we get obsessive.
Woo.
Ain't no stopping us. Same thing. And so all you leaders out there, you're just as obsessive. You have just as much potential. Never in a million years did I think I would be out. Never in a million years did I think that I would be where I'm at right now, sitting next to this man, having conversations about things that are relevant in life, in purpose, in providing fuel, not just for you guys, but for me.
Yeah.
So, super grateful to be here. Super.
Yes. And let's change core beliefs together, right? Like, different core beliefs identified when we were children, youth, adults, criminal thinking, addictive behaviors, and just that mentality. And now having different core beliefs of being present for your people, for your community, being a dad, being a mother, even if you've experienced trauma in the past and now you're back in your kid's life. Let's build these core beliefs together. It's never too late. Victorious voices.
And change starts within ourselves, for sure. So he gonna drop the beat. I'm gonna give you guys a quote before we sign out. And I'm also he's always trying to just throw up the victorious voices.
Hey, transferable skills, baby. From back then to this now. Victorious voice. I gotta get it somehow.
I know you do. So this is the exciting news. So of course I want you guys to follow us. That would be extremely, extremely amazing. Like our page, listen out for our podcast on Spotify. So you'll get to see these lovely faces on Tuesday live. Wednesday, Spotify will start promoting or start, doing our podcast. So you can listen to us also. Or you could go to IGTV on Wednesdays as well, because we will be there popping like this, doing confetti from my face, because I love that for us. Follow our page, see all of the different things that we're doing. We have a lot of things that are going on. We're looking for, mentors, especially formerly incarcerated lived experience individuals that would like to volunteer to be mentors for our adult reentry population. Everybody needs support. We're building leaders. We're helping them become successful out here and transition into society. The biggest thing is so that they don't feel alone.
I have to add this.
Yes, add it.
Pillars of the community. If we have 5 individuals, if you have records in your past, I'm going to give a quick example of what happened to me and the great work that they did for me.
Yes.
I had a misdemeanor/felony. It was a drug charge. And so I went through their process with their lawyer. I was able to get that expunged. And now I'm working with the certificate of rehabilitation.
Sweet.
So we have 5 open slots. If anybody in the comments knows who that person might be, just connect with us so we can get you the information.
Yes, definitely. 5. Let's go. All you guys that are watching us that are formerly incarcerated, off parole, off paper, take advantage of this opportunity, right? I think a lot of us get detoured because of the intimidation component of it. Let somebody step up and support you. Pillars of the Community is an outstanding, phenomenal nonprofit organization out of Southeast San Diego. So if you want to get in contact, please make sure that you drop us a message in the link. Everything, we will take care of it. We will get you connected. All of that. So you guys can tune in every single Tuesday, 10 a.m. We will be right here live. As you can see, we are up and moving and making magic happen. On Wednesday, you guys will be able to watch our Spotify. With that, I'm going to leave with a quote. This is powerful. You guys ready? You should breathe. Here we are. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. What?
You know what's crazy? Is I was going through quotes this morning, and that's the quote that I was reading.
Are you serious?
So, see? It's good vibes. It's good energy. This is meant to be. We're here for you guys.
See you guys next week. We love you guys. Have a good one.